Hello, students and families. It's Mr. Phelps, Mayfield Elementary. This is just a little video to help you get going. Day 21, NTI, grade 3 lessons. And so let's just jump right into it. Let me bring up the pages that go along with our day today. Day 21, grade 3. Hopefully you have that there. So we've got cursive starting out, and just go over the second line of letters there and do the best you can. After you go over those letters, maybe grab you another sheet of paper and do some extra practice. You may not have this type of paper around with the dotted lines in between. That's okay. Just grab a regular notebook sheet of paper and be careful with your loops, your sizes, things like that, and just do the best you can. So a little bit of cursive practice there. Going on down to grammar, you've got some verb practice going on. So these are action verbs, which is actually the easiest kind of verbs to work on. So you want to read the sentence and pick out the word that shows action, shows some movement, shows some action. Number one right here, the chef wakes up early. Which one of those words shows some action? Well, wakes shows some action. So you would just write wakes right out here in the blank. So that's the first part. The next part gives you 3 choices to choose from. And so number 9 here, a customer looks, decides, egg at the menu. Be a good idea if you're not real sure just to read all 3 of them in the sentence and see which one makes the most sense to you. A customer looks at the menu. A customer decides at the menu. A customer egg at the menu. So after you read it out loud, it's much easier to figure out that should be looks. A customer looks at the menu. So you just circle that and do the best you can there. So that's our grammar for the day. Moving on, we've got a couple of sheets of math. The first one is telling time to the minute. Just a couple of reminders there. The shorthand is the hour, and you want to use the numbers that are there on the clock for that. The longhand, the minute hand, you want to count those numbers by 5s. So here on the first one, we've got the shorthand is between the 4 and the 5. So the hour will be the 4. You always go to the lower number for the hour if it's between 2 numbers. And the longhand, the minute hand here, is on one single little dot there. So we go back to the 1 and we count by 5s, 5, 10, 15, or if you know you're multiplying by 5s, you could do 3 times 5 to get 15, but then you have to count by 1s also. So after 15, we've got 16 and 17. So our hour was 4, so I put that here. And then our minutes were 5, 10, 15, 16, 17. So 17 would go here for 17. So as you go through that, just be careful with those minutes being right on the dot, and don't get the hands mixed up. That's always a little bit of a challenge for some. The second part of the math today is rounding. Now we want to remember and really pay attention to the details here. Estimate, which is another word for rounding. Estimate the sum or the difference. We know we're adding or subtracting, so we have to be careful with our signs by rounding each number to the nearest hundreds, not tens. We do want to do to the hundreds and not the tens place. So I'm going to bring up a whiteboard here. 399 plus 184. That's our first example. I'm going to show you how you could do this. I know the answer is there, but I want to show you a strategy, maybe just to kind of jog your memory if it's been a while since we've done these. 399 and 184. I'm going to turn this part off for just a second, and we're going to jump into a little whiteboard here. 399 and 184. We'll put that on here. 399 plus 184. Now, maybe you can round those to the hundreds place right off. Maybe you're struggling a little bit. That's okay. What you can do is use a vertical number line. And so for 399, just put a little number line in here. And you want to think about the hundreds place because we're rounding to the hundreds, remember from the directions. And we take the 3, which is worth 300 because it's in the hundreds place. What's the next hundreds after 300? 400. Now you want to think about the midpoint between 300 and 400, which is 350. And then you place your actual number on that number line. So 399 is really close to 400. So 399 is right in there. So we want to round 399 to 400. Then we want to do the same thing again with 184. So again, we think about this number is in the hundreds place. We start that on the bottom of the vertical number line. The next 100 after 100 is 200. The midpoint between those two, do you know it? 150. And then we place our number on this vertical number line. So our number is 184. Is that above or is that below the midpoint? It's a great question. Is that above or below the midpoint? You'll ask yourself that on each of these. So 184 is above. It would be right in here, 184. So that would round up to 200. So we end up with a rounded number. The number's 400 plus 200, and that's where we get our 600. So rounding is used just to get a close answer. It's when you don't need the exact answer. This helps you with mental math to know if you're getting close to the right answer. Lots of good reasons to be able to round quickly. And so just remember that vertical number line strategy. If you don't really remember about rounding to the hundreds, that could be a really big help there. And so, all right, we're going to switch back to the pages here. See if we can get those up again. And so just go through and do that for this rounding page. So that's our math. Then we get into reading. We've got a great nonfiction story here about coral reefs. So we've got a couple of pages that you just read over. Take your time, read through it a couple of times. You can write on this. If that helps you mark up some special parts or things you think will be were interesting or important. Little author bio there. And then you've got a question page to go along with it. Remember to go back and you can underline, highlight, circle anything that helps you answer these questions. Try to answer in a complete sentence, starts with a capital, ends with a period, makes good sense. And then you've got some definitions here. Just again, refer back to the story and find where those answers are. And then last, we've got social studies lessons here on citizens of a democracy. And so you read these couple of paragraphs here, and then we've got a few questions. And then you've got a bulleted list here with a few more questions. Notice all the text features here. We've got bold letters, we've got headings, we've got photographs, and down here we've got a bulleted list with dates. We've got a map here. So a lot of stuff going on to help you with these questions. So overall, you can handle this. We've got some cursive, we've got some math, we've got some reading, we've got some social studies today, and some grammar in there. So just do the best you can on it. Watch this video again if you need to, and just take your time. And then once you get that done, have some fun today. Take your time, play outside. It's going to be a beautiful day, hopefully, and spend some time with the family. Again, rewatch this if you need to, and contact me or any of the teachers there at Mayfield Elementary if we can help you with anything. Have a great day.